Hey guys, welcome to MNMM PTE NAATI. Today's video is a continuation of the short series videos related to PT topics that we've been making. Before I dive deep into the topic, I would like to share that if you're after PT or NAATI, Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi coaching, you can always get in touch with us using Instagram or Facebook Messenger. The links for those two, Instagram and Facebook Messenger, are in the description below, or simply search for MNMM PTE NAATI and you can discuss your coaching plan with us. My today's topic is one of the important topics of your PTE exam and falls under writing umbrella. So what I would do is I would discuss the important points associated with summarized written text. Also, I will show you some examples that I've done for you in order for you to have a clear idea as to how should you tackle this topic so that you get a very good score. Let's get started. The first thing is that summarized written text, it will come under writing section. So first you'll get summarized written text when your writing section starts, and you can expect 1 or 2 questions in exam. Now, what happens is in summarized written text, they have given you a question which is maybe 1 paragraph or multiple paragraphs. Your job is to go through those paragraphs and carve a summary out, as in write a summary. Now, because you're first reading the question, reading the paragraph or the paragraphs that have been given to you, and then writing the summary, the scores will go to both reading and writing section. Reading anything between 3 to 6 marks, writing 4 to 8 marks. This is out of 90, depending on the number of questions you get in exam. Next, what should be your focus when you solve summarized written text? Your focus should be extracting main ideas. What does that mean? Extracting main ideas mean whenever you have a question and you are scanning the question that has been given to you, the write-up that has been given to you, your goal is to obtain the main idea and write it in your summary. Now, when I say main idea, what does main idea mean actually? What I'll do is when I'll share the examples that I've done in the later part of the video, I will tell you what main idea means. So do stick till the part when I am actually doing the questions and showing it to you. All right. Our job is to write a summary of 1 sentence only, which means there has to be only 1 full stop, which is at the end of the summary. If we put more than 1 full stop, we get a straight 0, because the requirement is the summary has to be 1 sentence only. Having said that, when we say 1 sentence only, that does not mean that you only have to extract any 1 sentence from the question given to you. You can combine multiple sentences and form 1 sentence summary. When you combine multiple sentences, you have to use a few connectors, as in connecting words. For example, moreover, furthermore, however. These words can be used to combine 2 sentences from the question that has been given to you. Again, I have done the examples and I will show it to you as well as to how can you use connectors. The next question is one of the most frequently asked question, and that is, should we use templates for summarized written text? Now, I don't recommend using templates for summarized written text, because all you are doing is you're extracting a main idea sentence from the question or the write-up given to you, and you're literally writing the summary sentence as it is given in the paragraph above. Now, you're not going to paraphrase those sentences or change it from active to passive voice. You're writing as it is. All you're doing is you may be using a few connectors because you are connecting multiple sentences. So there is really no need of using a template in summarized written text. The next concern is, how many questions should I practice? Now, what I normally recommend is you should at least practice 2 to 3 questions every day whenever you're practicing summarized written text. Now, if you are practicing summarized written text only 3 to 4 days a week, then maybe you can increase the number of questions. You can do 3 to 4 questions or maybe 4 to 5 questions, because this does give you a lot of scores in your reading and writing section. Another common question for summarized written text is, the word limit that PTE has given us is 5 to 75 words. Which means if we write anything between 5 to 75 words, it is all good. But how many words should we actually write so that we can expect a good score? Understand one thing, look at the word limit range. 5 to 75, that's a vast range. It's not like 70 to 75 or 60 to 75 or something like that. Literally 5 to 75. So it's like from first floor of the building to 10th floor of the building. That is the range that has been given to you, which means what they're trying to say is it does not matter how many words you have written. They don't care if you have written 45 word summary or 50 word summary or a 61 word summary. Yes, you should be between 5 to 75. But what they care is, have you extracted the main idea from the question given to you? So over here, quality matters, not the quantity. So don't focus on the number of words that you have written in the summary. Rather focus on and ask yourself a question. Have I written the main ideas from the question in my summary? If yes, you're all good. Even if you have written only a 40-word summary, you can expect a good score because you've written the main idea. Now, what I have done is based on the type of questions that I feel. So I will divide this into two parts. First part is when you get a question which has only one paragraph, which means you have to write down your summary based on that one paragraph that has been given to you. Next is you may be given multiple paragraphs and you have to write down the summary based on those multiple paragraphs that have been given to you. I will show you both these examples so that you have a very clear idea of how should you tackle these two types of summarized written text. The first one is a question where you have been given only one paragraph. So this is a real exam question, and if you have a look at the top, the box, the paragraph, that is the question, and the one that has been written down there in the dark letters is the answer that I have written. Okay, so now the question has been given to me. I will be given 10 minutes to solve one question. So within 10 minutes, my job is to scan the question that has been given to me, to write down the summary, to proofread my work, whether I have made any mistakes, and move on to the next question. All this needs to be done within 10 minutes. So you have to be very careful of time, and hence when you practice, you should have a stopwatch next to you. So the first thing I have done is I might have just quickly scanned through the paragraph or the question that has been given to me. You can also do the same. Try not to look at the answer. Just pause the video, look at the question, go through every single line that has been given to you and try and see what do you feel are the main ideas. Now, what are actually the main ideas? Main ideas mean which give you the overview of the paragraph, which give you some overall idea of the paragraph. And those sentences which are not examples, which are not questions, which are not sentences which include if someone said something, like for example, Robert says whatever. So if someone has said something, or if there is an example or some research or study work shown where they are explaining some sort of numbers, those sentences, which means they are giving in-depth explanation of the topic that they have highlighted in the question. Those in-depth explanations, examples, questions cannot be part of your summary. So while writing the summary, you can simply exclude these sentences from your summary, and whatever is left over and you feel that yes, this sentence is something that tries to help me in understanding what this passage is all about, is your main idea. So if I go through the very first sentence, the majority of school shootings are committed by white middle class males living in suburban or rural areas. The very first sentence I feel was something that gives me information of what they have discussed in the passage. So I have included that. Now remember, I was saying that we have to use connectors in order for us to combine multiple sentences. Connectors like moreover, however, furthermore. Look at this answer that I have written. I have used moreover as my first connector. You have to be very careful of the comma that you put before and after the connector. The reason I prefer using moreover, furthermore, however is because for all these three connectors, I am very clear that there has to be a comma before and after the connector. So I don't have to remember where should I put comma, should I put comma or not. I'm very clear that yes, the comma is before and after the connector. Hence, I prefer using these three connectors a lot. So I've used moreover as the very first connector, and then I have started writing the second sentence, which I feel is part of the main idea, which is parents and school staff in these areas indicated that they offered little or no opportunity to stop the intense bullying. So which again is part of your question, the passage that has been given to you. So if you look at the sixth line from the top, that's where this line is. Parents and school staff in these areas indicated that they offered little or no opportunity either to stop the intense bullying. They have given two different scenarios. That's why they have used the word either, and then they've explained two scenarios. The reason I only wrote one of them is because I also have to be careful that I do not cross the word limit of 75 words. So if I would have written the entire sentence, because it is a pretty long sentence, I would have definitely crossed the word limit of 75 words, which is not good because I will not get any scores then. I will not get a good score. So what I need to be careful of is, yes, writing main idea is important, but also satisfying the word limit at the same time is extremely important. Then I used another connector, which is furthermore. Similar pattern, I have put comma before and after the connector, and then I have connected it with the last line that I feel is important, which is, if you look at the third last line from the question passage given to you, after thus, some future school shooters were left to determine on their own how to negotiate their feelings of intense rejection and discrimination relating to their social standing in their schools and among their peers. So I've stopped there because I know if I write any further, again I'm crossing the word limit. Why did I select this sentence again? Because they have written does. Does means they're trying to conclude and emphasize on something. So it is an important sentence according to me. So if we go through the summary, have I included any questions? No. Have I included any examples that they have given? No. Have I included any data explanation, any number explanation that they have given? No. This is how I would write summary and try and extract main ideas and have a summary without examples, questions, in-depth explanation of the topic that has been given to you, and only writing the overview based on the passage that has been given to you. Now let us have a look at the next example, which is again an exam question. Now the difference over here is, instead of one paragraph that we had a look in the previous example, we have multiple paragraphs, as in we have 3 paragraphs. Now what I normally recommend my students is, try and see if you can at least extract one main idea from each paragraph if possible. That would be good. But don't take that pressure. Sometimes you might read a paragraph and feel that there is nothing really important or nothing that looks like a main idea to you from a specific paragraph, and that is fine. But if you feel that you can extract at least one main idea from each paragraph, that would be good as well. Okay, so that is what I have done. Now you have this question on your computer screen. Pause the video, see what main ideas do you think you should extract from this summary, this question. Write it down, type it, don't copy or paste or don't do anything like that. Type it, use connectors like moreover, furthermore, however. Once your answer is complete, then play the video again and see if your answer is close to my answer, right? Let's do that. I hope by now you are done with writing your summary. Now let us see which lines I have included from this passage, these passages, this question that I have been given. So this is the summary that I have written. Psychotherapy, sometimes called talk therapy, is a treatment that involves a talking relationship between a therapist and patient. So that is my first sentence, because that sentence tells me what psychotherapy means. So if we go back to the passage, it is the very first sentence of the question given to you, the very first line. I have written the entire line. Then, which means I have at least extracted one line from that first paragraph, because I felt that is the main idea and it actually tells me what psychotherapy is. So that has to be my main idea. Then I used one of my most favorite connectors. Moreover, I made sure there is a comma before and after the connector, which I've done, and I've combined. I've started writing the next sentence. The goal of psychotherapy is to eliminate or control disabling or troubling symptoms so the patient can function better. The word goal itself, goal, what is your goal, itself tells me that this is something really important, main. Goal has to be something important and main. Hence, I wrote that sentence. If we again go back to the question, we would see that it is the next line, the second line from the passage, the first paragraph, but the second line towards the end. The goal of psychotherapy is to eliminate or control disabling or troubling symptoms so the patient can function better. Now, because I want to write something else, I have to combine another sentence. I will use another connector, furthermore. So I've used furthermore, I've put comma before and after furthermore, and I have used however after that. So I've put comma again after and before however. And then the next sentence I have written is, however, there are many forms of psychotherapy. Now, however is written when you're writing something which is opposite to the previous sentence. So first I was explaining what psychotherapy is. Now I want to talk something different, and that something different is that there are several other forms of psychotherapy. This is again the very first sentence from the second paragraph that I have been given, and I have included that. After using the connector, however, there are many forms of psychotherapy, and then I have used my last connector, furthermore, and written the last sentence, which is, patients on long-term medication treatment will need to meet with their psychiatrist periodically to monitor the effectiveness of the medication and any potential side effects. So I have extracted this sentence from the last paragraph of the question that has been given to me. So if you look at the last paragraph, you will find out the third last line, patients on long term, towards the end, third last line, patients on long term medication treatment, and then I have completed the sentence till end. So what I tried was to extract at least one sentence from every paragraph. But in the first paragraph, I felt that there is more than one sentence that is important or main idea. I felt two sentences are important. So I wrote two sentences. So it's not that you only have to write one sentence. There is no such rule. What your goal is, I need to extract main idea. That has to be your goal. It can be anywhere from the question. And then use your connectors mindfully, use your moreover and furthermore when you feel that sentence before and after the connector is pretty much similar, like talking similar things. And when the sentence before and after the connector is talking something different, you can use however. Don't forget you have to stick between 5 to 75 words. Try and not use any templates. Practice this topic regularly. And make sure you only put one full stop at the very end. Check your work, check for your grammar, check for your spellings before you hit that next button while giving the exam. If you take care of these things, your summarized written text will be so good. If you have any questions, you can always put that in the comment section below, and we are more than happy to address it. Bye for now.